Hope you all are fine, my dear. Here I'm going to start the details about the topic evolution mind map, my dear. Here the term evolution I was told you earlier in a mind map. That is the short videos be there. But here I'm going to discuss all the things about in details about each and everything in this very chapter, my dear. Let us start what we study in evolution, my dear. The first thing that is very important to understand that evolution is what? You already know that evolution is slow, continuous, and irreversible change in our surrounding is known as evolution, right? Now, who's the father of evolution? This one is also very clear. Charles Darwin was the father of evolution, my dear. Now, you know that whatever the change is according to the environment, it means that each and every living organisms must they have adapt. You know that there is adaptation is be there. Adaptation means what? The organisms will change their body features according to their surroundings, according to their environments, my dear. And you know that without adaptation, it's not possible to be survive on Earth, my dear. If you want to survive on Earth, then you have to be adapted according to the change in environment. So, how you adapt, my dear? Now, this one is the question: how you adapt? You adapt only when there is a variation is be there, and you know that the variation is the key factor of evolution, my dear. Right? So this one, and what the cause of variation? Sexual reproduction. You know, without sexual reproduction, variation cannot be occurred, my dear. So the variation is the what key factor of evolution. Now, here we already know that the whatever the living organisms and that are diverse living organisms in our surrounding, my dear. So that very diverse living organisms known as what? Biodiversity, my dear. So bio means life, diversity means what? Varieties. So if I'm saying here that the varieties of life on earth is known as what? Biodiversity. That is varieties of life, either in plant or either in animals, that is flora and fauna. Now, next thing that is very important to understand here that, sir, if we study this one chapter that is evolution, and here we all know that the term that is evolutionary, what I'm saying to you, let's see, I'm saying to you evolutionary biology. You know what the meaning of evolutionary biology? If we have to start this one thing, then we have to be must clear the term that is what evolutionary biology, my dear. So if anybody can ask you about this one term evolutionary biology, then what you say? You say here, so it is so simple. It means that what a study of history of, see what I'm writing here, the study of what? History. A study of what, my dear? Life forms. What I'm saying? What I'm saying? Life forms, my dear. Life forms on what? Life forms on the earth. Life forms on the what, my dear? Earth. Is that clear? So if anybody can ask you about the evolutionary biology, then you say their word, sir, study of history of life forms on the earth. So whenever we study the history of life forms on earth, then it is known as what? Evolutionary biology. Wait for a second here, I'm right, not evolution biology, evolutionary biology I am saying here. See, getting my point or not? Evolutionary biology. You write down here what? Evolutionary biology. Wait for a moment. Sorry, evolutionary biology I am saying to you. Okay, let's see here what I'm writing. I'm writing what? Evolutionary biology, my dear. So study of the history of life forms on earth is known as evolutionary biology. This one is correct. Okay, now the term evolution is clear. To understand the changes in flora and fauna, whatever the varieties of life, na? So whatever the change in the flora and fauna that have occurred over million of years on earth, my dear, over million of years earth. Now see, according to what I'm saying, according to Darwin, you know the scientist Charles Darwin, yes sir, I know, that is the father of evolution also. According to what, my dear? Darwin. What I'm saying, according to what? Darwin, I'm saying, according to Darwin, here That is important to understand that what? That descent with modification. What I'm saying, descent with what? Modification. So descent with modification, it means that the variation is here. It means that what? The variation is here. So without variation, we cannot survive, my dear. So see, here, if I'm saying here that according to the Darwin, descent with modification is known as what? That is a verification. That is what? A variation, my dear, right? Now, if anybody can ask you what the unit of evolution, then what you say? Then what you say? This one is an interesting question. Huh? Yes, unit of evolution. If anybody can ask you unit of evolution, then what you say? In unit of evolution, my dear, you say what? Population. What you say? Yes, what you say, my dear? Definitely good. This one is called population, right? So unit of evolution is what? Population, right? Yes, sir. This one is correct. Now, next thing that is very important to understand, my dear, that, sir, what the steps towards evolution? Wait for a moment. I'm going to write what a step towards. What I'm going to write here, my dear, steps towards what? Evolution. There are some basic steps, my dear, towards evolution. The first steps that we should have to be study in this chapter, the note that is what? First, origin of universe. What I'm saying? What I'm saying, sir? Origin of what? Origin of what, my dear? Universe. And what I am saying to you, earth, my dear, right? So origin of universe and earth is the first step of evolution. Then after what, my dear? Origin of life. Origin of what I'm saying? Origin of life. And third one is what, my dear? Third one is what? Evolution of life. Evolution of life, my dear. Let's see what I'm saying to you. Here there are some basic steps towards the evolution, my dear. Okay, the first step, that is what? Origin of universe and earth, correct? Second one is what? Origin of life. Third one is what? Evolution of life, my dear, right? Now, if we study these all various steps, then we understand the basic concept of evolution. So are you ready to go through these all various steps? Definitely you are ready. Okay, so let us start the step towards the evolution. And the first step, that is what? Origin of universe, my dear. So let's see about this origin of universe first point, and then after we proceed. Okay, let's see the first step, that is what? Origin of universe. Universe, my dear. See, if I'm saying here that what the origin of universe, then what is it? I was told earlier, yes, that is what? 20 billion years, my dear. What I'm writing here? I'm writing here what? 20 billion years ago. Sir, that is BYA, I'm short writing. Okay, that is according to the Big Bang theory. What I'm saying to you, according to Big Bang theory, we know that what? Origin of universe is what? 20 billion years ago, my dear. What I'm saying? 20 billion years ago. Getting my point or not? This is the first. Now, the second thing that is very important to understand, that origin of earth, my dear. Origin of earth. If anybody can ask you about this origin of earth, my dear, then what you say? Then what you say? You say that that is 4.5 billion years ago. Getting point? Yes. Now, if anybody can ask you about the origin of, see what I'm saying, origin of life, my dear, then what you say? Origin of life, if anybody can ask you, then what you say? You say that that is about 500, what I'm saying, 500 millions after the formation of Earth. 500 million after the formation, of what? Earth, my dear. Hope so this thing is clear. See what I'm saying to you. Here what the steps towards the evolution, right? They are basically three steps towards the evolution, right? Okay. Number one, that is what origin of universe and earth, right? Let me see what the steps first. Then after we go in details. The first, origin of universe and earth. Number one. Second thing, that is what origin of life. Third one, that is evolution of life, my dear. Right? Thing is clear? Wait for a moment. Now see. Second thing that is very important to understand here, that origin of universe. If I'm saying here that the origin of universe, yes sir, it means what? 20 billion years ago. That is the word origin of universe, the expected years. That is 20 billion years ago, my dear. In the Big Bang theory, there. And I will tell you about in details about this origin of universe. Wait for a moment. And then afterward, origin of the earth, if anybody can ask you, then what you say? 4.5 billion years ago. Origin of life, if anybody can ask you to say, then what you say? 500 millions after the formation of earth, my dear. So see, these all are the what? These all are the basic ideas of what evolution, my dear. Whatever the scientists assumed, my dear, that the scientists assumed. Okay. Now the thing is that is very important to understand. That's the if the evolution will occur continuously. Yes, evolution will occur continuously. Then then we also having there what the body features within himself can also be the change. Yes, definitely, my dear. But how this all things is to be occurred, let's see one by one, my dear. Here, I'm going to start. The first thing, that is what origin of life. First, we start from what origin of life. Let's see what we know here. Let's see first. I'm just classifying here the origin of life, my dear. If I'm saying here that origin of life, it means what? Here, origin of life be classified into two ways, my dear. Number one is what? Non-cellular life. Number one is what? Non-cellular life, my dear. And second one is what, my dear? Cellular life. What I'm saying to you, my dear, the two things here. That is origin of life. Number one is what? Non-cellular life. And second thing is what, my dear? Cellular life. Is that clear? One is what? Non-cellular life. Second one is what? Cellular life. If I'm saying here that the term non-cellular life, my dear, let's see first. If I'm saying here that what non-cellular life, it means that 3.0 billion years ago, my dear. 3.0. Getting my point? 3.0. It means that approx 3 billion years ago, the non-cellular life start first, my dear, and then after the cellular life approximately start from 2.0 billion years ago, my dear. Hope so. This thing is clear. No, see what I'm saying. I'm saying here that the origin of life. This origin of life in two ways. One is the non-cellular life. Second one is what? Cellular life. Now the thing is that is important to know here that when this non-cellular life we originate, you know that this non-cellular life will start from 3.0 billion years ago, and the cellular life will start from where? 2.0 billion years ago, my dear. Correct? Correct. Is the thing is clear? Now here, if I'm saying you that how this one is possible, let's see, my dear, how this one is possible. If I'm saying that here, a giant molecules, what I'm saying here, the giant molecules, my dear. See what I'm saying to you here, the giant molecules, and this giant molecule is made up of, you know what things? You know what things this giant molecules is made up of? This one is made up of what, my dear? Protein, along with RNA, ribonucleic acid, along with what, my dear? Polysaccharides. What I'm saying to you? Polysaccharides, my dear, etc. Is the thing is clear? If I'm saying here that the giant molecules, this giant molecule is made up of what? proteins, RNA, ribonucleic acid, and polysaccharides, my dear, etc. Now, the thing that is important to understand here that, sir, this one is the what the non-cellular life in the form from the giant molecules. They contain the protein, RNA, polysaccharide. Okay, but whenever I'm telling you about this cellular life, then the cellular life we originate from here. The first that is what, sir, unicellular. First, that is what I'm saying to you, my dear, unicellular, and then after what, my dear, multicellular. Then afterward, multicellular. In this way, the origin of life, that is, my dears, to be start. Now, the thing that is very important to understand here that, so before this origin of life, that what the thing, firstly, the firstly thing that is, my dear, that is origin of any earth. Getting? Because whatever the life originate, that will life originate in the universe, my dear friend. Na? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So say, if I'm saying here that about the origin of universe, then what we know? We know that there's some NCERT line that is very important to understand there. So when we look at stars at a clear sky, when we look at a stars on a what clear night sky, we are just away looking back in time. We are just looking what back in time, and you all know that the distance between the stars and the earth we measured in a stellar distance. What I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you, a stellar distance, my dear. See, here I'm writing what, a stellar distance, a stellar distance. So the stellar distance are measured in light years, my dear. What I'm saying, the stellar distance is measured in what, light years. And we see today is an object because whose emitted light is scattered, emitted light what, has scattered its journey million of years back, and from trillions of kilometers away are reaching our what, my dear eyes. Getting my point? So in this way we have to see the objects because the stars is so far from us, so that's why we cannot see that very stars in a while, my dear. But this one is the pain. Just I'm saying this one thing, why, you know why? Because this one is nearer to us. But when the thing is so farther, so farther from us, that is not easy to see, my dear, in a moment or in a while, my dear, right? So this one is the thing. Now, however, when we see the object in our immediate surrounding, we see them instantly, and hence it is the present time. This one is the present time, but whenever I'm seeing the stars, it means that we are viewing the past time. Yes or no? So this one is the thing. Let's check here what the other thing that is important here. Let's see. Here I'm going to tell you. Here I'm going to tell you about this one thing. Let's see. The first here. Let's see. Suppose this one is a what, huge gases cloud. See what I'm saying. This one is what, huge gases clouds. Okay, and this huge gases clouds contain what? Wait for a moment. Here in between there is what, solid entity. What I'm writing here. This one is what, solid. This one is what, solid in entity, my dear. What I'm saying, solid entity. Okay, and this one is what, huge gaseous cloud. What I'm saying, huge gaseous cloud, my dear. Getting? And these huge gaseous clouds are formed from dust and inert gases. What I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you, dust and what, dust and what, my dear, inert gases. Is that clear? Yes, sir. So see what I'm saying to you. This one is the huge gaseous cloud, and this huge gaseous cloud is made up of dust and what, inert gases. Okay. So now see, when we what, single type of huge explosion. What I'm saying to you, single type of huge explosion is been here. Then what will it form? Sir, it will form what, my dear? It will form what, my dear? Nebula. What I'm saying to you? Here what? Here the word nebula. This one is what? This one is nebula. This one is nebula. This one is what? Nebula. Getting? No, not getting. Wait for a moment. This one is what? Nebula. This one is nebula. This one is also what? Nebula. And this one is also what, my dear? Nebula. Wait. What happened, my dear? What happened? All the slides will be moved. Okay, no problem. Wait for a moment. Again, I'm going to talk. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Let's see, no problem. Wait for a moment. Here again, I'm going to draw. Suppose this one is what? This one is what? Solid entity. Wait for a moment. Suppose this one is what? Solid entity, I am saying. This one is what? Solid entity. And this solid entity containing what I'm saying to you. This solid entity containing what? This solid entity contain. This one is what? Containing what? Solid. What I'm saying to you. Solid entity. Okay. This one is what? Huge gaseous cloud. Huge. What I'm saying? Gaseous. Huge gaseous cloud. Okay. And this huge gaseous cloud is made up of what? Dust. Wait for a moment. It is made up of what? Dust. And what I'm saying? Inert gases, my dear. What I'm saying? Inert gases. Is that clear? Yes, sir. So when the temperature goes increases, when what I'm saying, temperature goes increases, then what happen? This huge gases clouds break into what? Nebula. Break into what? Nebula, my dear. See, break into what I'm saying to you. This one is what? Nebula. This one is also what? Nebula. And this one is also what? Nebula. Okay. Is that clear? Let's see. This one is the solid entity also here. Here also the solid entity. Here also the solid entity, my dear. But this one is what? Nebula. This one is what? Nebula. This one is also nebula, my dear. And this one is also what? Nebula. Is that clear? Three nebula is here. Okay. So see what I'm saying here. A huge gaseous cloud which is made up of dust and what? Inert gases. Whatever the inert gases. What I'm saying to you? Inert gases. Inert gases means what? That is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These all are the inert gases, right? These inert gases, when dust and inert gases mixes to each other, then it forms what? Huge gases cloud. When the temperature goes increases, this raised temperature break down this very huge gases clouded into three nebula, right? Now, as the temperature goes decreases, what I'm saying to you, as the temperature goes decreases. Now, the temperature when what goes decreases, then what happens? Don't know. Let's see. These all nebula form what? Nebulae. These all are called what? Nebulae, because more than one nebula is here. The surface temperature goes what? The surface temperature goes what? Decreases. So here the nebula, or you say the nebulae, or you say the galaxies, or you say what? This one is what? A galaxies will form. Clear? So single nebula containing what? A solar system. See, here what I'm going to tell you, my dear. Here I'm going to tell you, wait for a moment. Here, this one is the nebula. Huge gaseous cloud. Yes, sir. Inside the huge gaseous cloud, there is what? Solid entity. Yes or no? Tell me first. This one is what? Solid entity. Yes, sir. This one is solid entity. And this solid entity, my dear, having containing that is here what? Containing here what? So many what? This one is the C solar system. This one is what? A solar system, my dear. So see, this one is what? Solar system. Solar system, my dear. And in solar system, we know that the 8 planets in the sun is called solar system. Am I right? Yes, sir. So in solar system, the planet where we live, the name of that very planet is what, my dear? Earth. Is that clear? Is that clear? Let's see what I'm saying to you. Again, I'm repeating to you. Here, I'm saying you that what? A huge gaseous cloud. This huge gaseous cloud is made up of what? Tell me first. This huge gaseous cloud is made up of dust and inert gases, right? And inside there's what? Solid entity, my dear. Is this thing is clear? Yes, sir. So this thing, huge gaseous cloud made up of dust and inert gases. Okay. When the temperature goes what? When the temperature goes increases. See this one. When the temperature goes increases, this huge gaseous clouds break into what? 3 different nebula. Okay, as the what temperature goes decreases slowly, then it form what? Galaxies. Okay, and each galaxy is containing what? Solar system. And each solar system, you all know that there is a planets. And you all know that the definition of solar system also. Yes, sir. What the definition of solar system? The planets along with the sun is known as what? Solar system, my dear. And planets, you know, the earth where we live is the what? Planet. Now see, this one is the earth. This one is the earth. What the structure of the earth, my dear? Let's see first. Here I'm going to make what? This one around a structure that is what? Earth. Suppose this one is what? Earth. Is that clear what I'm saying to you? No. This one is what, my dear? This one I'm going to write what? Earth. Okay? Okay, sir. This one is suppose Earth. Now we know that. What we know that? Wait for a moment. Now we know that here inner temperature. Here the inner temperature. Here the inner temperature of the earth. What I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you here, my dear, inner temperature. What I'm writing here, inner temperature. What? Increases. Okay, but but we all know that. What? The outer temperature. What I'm saying to you, the outer temperature of the earth. The outer temperature of the earth is what? Decreases. Getting my point? This one is what? Outer temperature, my dear, goes what? Decreases. This outer temperature is what? Decreases, but inner temperature what, my dear? Increases. Now this temperature difference, what I'm saying to you, this temperature difference, see what I'm saying to you, this temperature difference, my dear, difference of earth crust, this temperature difference of what I'm writing here, earth crust, cause what? Volcanic eruption. Cause what? Volcanic eruption. Hope so you're getting this thing. Okay, so you're getting this thing or not? Let we just again repeat here. The earth is what inner temperature is high, outer temperature is low. So this temperature difference of earth crust cause what? Volcanic eruption. What I'm saying? Volcanic eruption. You know the volcanic eruption, my dear? No, volcanic eruption don't know. So simple, my dear, volcanic eruption. If anybody can ask you about the volcanic eruption, then what you say? Sir, their hot molten magma release at that time. See, you know that, we all know that, the here see what I'm going to tell you. See, suppose this one is the earth. Suppose, so this one is the earth, inside the earth. This one, core of earth. This one is what? Wait for a moment. I'm writing here. This one is what? Core of earth, my dear. Right? This one is the core of earth. Now, see, this one is what, my dear? Atmosphere. Suppose this one is what? Atmosphere. Okay, sir. And this very atmosphere, we all know that. Sir, what we know that? We all know that here are different gases. See, which one gas here? CO2 gas, carbon dioxide gas. From the earth core, release which type of gases, sir? That is basically methane, CH. Wait for a moment. What I'm saying to you? Methane, CH4. And the other gases also, sir, from the surface. Yes, that is NH3, ammonia, and some other inner core, sir. That is what? That is what? Tell me fast. That is, sir, hydrogen. Sir, hydrogen also? Yes. So see, which one gases? Carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, hydrogen. These all gases release, my dear. These all gases what? Release. See what I'm saying to you. I'm going to say here that what the primitive atmosphere, my dear. What I'm saying to you, primitive atmosphere. So if anybody can ask you about the primitive primitive atmosphere, my dear, then you say what? You know, in primitive atmosphere, you say there's some gases, that is hydrogen, along with their ammonia, along with their methane, CH4, along with their carbon dioxide, as well as what? Water, water vapor, my dear. Is that clear? See, see what I'm saying to you here. In primitive atmosphere, we all know that the inner temperature goes increases, outer temperature what reduces. So this temperature difference of the earth crust cause volcanic eruption, right? And this whenever the volcanic eruption will take place, then there are some gases were released also, sir. Okay. So what the gases, sir? That is carbon dioxide, from inner core, that is methane, then after ammonia, then after hydrogen. So these all gases release during the time of volcanic eruption. It means that that time, that is the primitive atmosphere, these all are the gases, right? Now, next thing that is very important to understand here, that suppose, sir, these all are the gases. Yes, sir, definitely, my dear. So let's see, water vapor is also here. So see what I'm going to write here. I'm going to write here, sir, water vapor in the form of gases earlier. See what I'm saying? Water vapor, not in the form of liquid, that in the form of what? Gases. Yes. So this H2O, whenever ultraviolet radiation, that is the radiation which emitted from the sun, UV light. What I'm saying? UV light. This H2O, what break into what? 2H2 plus what, my dear? O2. Getting my point? 2H2 plus what? O2. And what we get here? Free O2. What I'm saying? Free O2. That is absent, my dear. That is what I'm saying, absent. So see, after that, it now I'm going to tell you here that 2O2 along with their methane, my dear, then it form what gases CO2 as well as what 2H2O water. Getting my point? Getting my point? And then after when this suppose if I'm saying to you three molecules of oxygen whenever combined with the molecules of what NH3 ammonia, then it form what N2, suppose 2 N2 you say here, along with their what six molecules of what water. Getting getting and then after this 2O2 combined with what O2. Getting my point? Then we get what ozone layer, that is 2O3. Formation of what? This is what? Formation of ozone, my dear. See what I'm saying? Formation of ozone. So if anybody can ask you, that how this formation of ozone will take place, then what do you say? Then what do you say? You say here that what two molecules of oxygen combined with one molecule of oxygen to form what O3 triatomic. Getting? And this is the formation of ozone. But this one is not a single state. Here the firstly the water break down by the ultraviolet radiation which is emitted from sun. That very UV light break this water into H2 and O2, my dear, right? Number one. Then after whatever we get the oxygen, that very oxygen again combined with the water methane, then it form what carbon dioxide and water. Now further the oxygen combined with the ammonia gases also, then we get what nitrogen and water again. Then after whenever the diatomic of oxygen combined with the monoatomic of oxygen, my dear, then we get what triatomic of oxygen, and this triatomic of oxygen known as what ozone, my dear. Hope so thing is clear. Hope so thing is clear. Now if this all thing is clear, my dear, then at the time to understand here that the basic thing is to be clear here of this one thing. Okay, so now see uh, here we have to be study that the origin of universe, origin of earth and its surrounding, origin of life, origin of a species, timeline also. We have to be study this chapter, and after the human evolution. Okay, okay, so this one is the main steps of this very chapter, my dear. So let me start from where the origin of, see what I'm writing here, origin. Write down in your copy also, my dear, that whatever I'm writing now, just to go through, write down in your copy also. So origin of universe. See, from here we start. Origin of universe. See what I'm saying to you in this one. Origin of universe, my dear. Let's see. If I'm saying here that this one, what this one? Tell me first. Sir, this one is what single point. Suppose what I'm saying to you, this one is what single point. Getting? This one is what single point. And when this single point being what blast, what I'm saying, when this single point what blast, or you say what explosion, my dear. What I'm saying to you, explosion. See, here I'm going to understand that origin of universe. The first thing that is what, suppose a single point, when the single point blast, or you say the explosion, then it break into, see what I'm doing here, then it break into what tiny particles, my dear. So as this tiny particles break, then you know what happened? Did you know what happened? No. Okay. Let's see this tiny molecules, temperature goes decreases. What I'm saying? What I'm saying? Let's see here. Temperature goes decreases, my dear. See what I'm writing here. Temperature goes decreases. So as the temperature goes decreases, you know why? You know why? Due to expansion. Here I'm going to write what I'm writing here. Due to what I'm saying? Expansion I'm saying. Getting? Due to expansion. And due to this very expansion, the temperature goes what? Decreases. So as the temperature goes decreases, then further, see what I'm going to do here. Then further, I'm saying that this one of what? Gases. This one is the what? Gases, my dear. See, different gases, my dear. So, see, this one is the gases, and whenever this gas is, see what I'm going to tell you, when this very gas is combined with each other. Suppose what the gases here, sir? Here the gases is mainly, see what I'm saying to you. Here the gases mainly what? The gases mainly what? Hydrogen and helium gases. Hydrogen what? And what? Helium gases. From after some time, it form after some time. Form after what? Some time later. Sometime later, the gravitational force. What I'm saying to you? What I'm saying to you? The gravitational force, and due to this gravitational force, gases condense. What I'm saying? What I'm saying to you? Gases, gases condense, and when this gases condense, then it forms to what? To form what, my dear? Tell me. Yes, that is what is stars, right? Now, again, I'm going to repeat here that how this origin of universe will start. Let's see a single point, a huge single point. You say a huge single point cause what? Blast, or you say the explosion. How it may occur, sir? Whenever a slow moving of any particles, when a strike over this a single huge point, then it become what? Blast, or you say the what? Explosion. That is a Big Bang theory. Getting my point? And this Big Bang theory, whenever exploded, and due to expansion, the temperature goes decreases. And once the temperature goes decreases, then there what? Formation of gases. That name of the gases, that is what? Hydrogen and helium gases, and forms this one gases after some period of times. Due to the gravitational force, these gases condense to form what? Stars. So in this way, the formations of what? Galaxies, my dear. Now see, if this one thing is clear, then I'm going to move ahead, my dear. Let's see. So this origin of universe is very important to understand. You know what? That how the origin of the life on Earth, my dear. Getting my point? So before the origin of life we start, we must have to be clear concept over the origin of universe, my dear. And once the origin of universe concept is clear, then after we should have to be make a clear concept over which one, you know, that is origin of atmosphere on Earth, my dear. Now the time here to understand that the origin of atmosphere on Earth. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to write here what? Origin of atmosphere on Earth. That is the second point here. What I'm saying to you? Origin of what I'm saying? Origin of atmosphere. Origin of atmosphere on what I'm saying, dear Earth. See what I'm going to say here. What I'm going to say here, origin of atmosphere on Earth. You know what? Let's see. Let's see, my dear, that what we have to do. Go through this one ideas. Okay, let's see. Suppose this one is the word molten magma. What I'm saying? This one is what? Molten magma, my dear. You know that hot molten magma when the volcanic eruption will take place. Okay, sir. This one is the hot molten magma, or you say this one is what? Molten earth. Wait for a moment. This one is what? Molten earth. Getting? Okay. That's what is the. So here release what? Gases. So which one gas is released from here? Hot molten. This one is what? Molten earth. This one is what, my dear? Molten earth. Okay. So this molten earth release gases. Wait for a moment. Gases, not this one color. This one. Okay. So release gases. What the gases, sir? That is NH3, ammonia. Other one gases are what? CO2, carbon dioxide. Other one gases, sir, that is methane, CH4. Other one gases, that is what, my dear? Water. So water gases, yes. What I say earlier? I say earlier, the water is also what? A gas, my dear. Yes, gas I'm saying in earlier time. And this water break, you know what I'm saying here? This water, I'm saying what? This break whenever the UV radiation, what I'm saying to you, UV radiation, ultraviolet radiation which emitted from the sun, this water break, my dear. What I'm saying, this water break, and when this water break, then form what? H2 plus O2, and this hydrogen goes where? Leaves atmosphere. You know why I'm saying this one? Leave atmosphere, because hydrogen is the lightest gas. So this one is what? Leave atmosphere. And here this one form oxygen. And this oxygen, whenever I'm saying here, this oxygen, whenever combined with methane, this is the methane gas here also, na? Tell me yes or no? Yes, sir. And when this oxygen combined with the methane, my dear, what I'm saying, methane, then it form a gases. You know which one? CO2 along with water. Now, when this oxygen, see what I'm saying again, when this oxygen combine with whom? Oxygen combined with whom? You say, tell me first. Sir, ammonia, NH3. Let's see, in reaction, when NH3 combined with the oxygen, then it form what, my dear? N2 along with the what? Water. Yes or no? Yes or no? This thing is clear or not? Yes, sir. And with again CH4 and NH3. Then it combined with which one? CH4 and what? NH3. So oxygen combined with oxygen, CH4 along with what? NH and what I'm writing? And NH3. So this one, see, again I'm saying here, NH3 combined with their what? Oxygen, then it give what? N2 plus H2O. Very good. Now, when this NH3, see what I'm saying, that NH3 along with the what? O2 gives what? N2 and what? H2O. Very good. Okay. So now see, this NH3 and O2, my dear, what I'm saying here, this NH3 and O2 forms what? H2 plus O2, my dear. And this H2 and O2 combined, then it forms a layer. The name of the layer is what, my dear? Ozone layer. See, this one is the formation of what? This one is the formation of what, my dear? Suppose this one I'm making what? This one making what? This one making what? Ozone layer. What I'm saying to you? Ozone layer. And this ozone layer prevented the ray from, this ozone layer prevent the ray from, harmful ray from sun. So whatever the sun emit the UV ray, that is ultraviolet radiation, my dear, that ozone layer wait for a moment, ozone layer prevent this harmful radiation. You know what I'm saying here? Prevent this harmful radiation. Okay. So now see how the ozone layer is formed. Just here we tell that what the ozone layer forms by the diatomic of oxygen combined with the monoatomic of oxygen. That is what? Two atoms of oxygens whenever combined with the monoatomic of oxygen, then it form O3, that is triatomic. Getting my point? And this triatomic of oxygen known as what? Ozone, my dear. This one is the ozone layer, which is responsible for protecting the ultraviolet radiations whenever emitted from the sun. Now see, because you know that when the ozone layer goes depleted, then what happen? Then the what various hazardous disease cause, my dear, that is known as the skin cancer. Okay, so let's see this ozone layer, that is a protective layer which protect the ray from sun, that is the harmful radiation, that is UV radiation. Okay, this one thing is clear. Now here what we have to be understand, here we understand that the molten earth, listen carefully what I'm saying, because in previous time the earth is what? Molten earth. So this molten earth leaves various types of gases, my dear. The first, that is ammonia, then after carbon dioxide, methane and water. So earlier time the water is not in the liquid state. You must keep in this mind that what the water is, what water is in the form of what? Gaseous state. Getting my point? And this water, whenever the ultraviolet radiations strike over these gases, that is the water, then this water break into what? H2 and O2, my dear. So see, on H2O, UV act and break it into what? H2 and O2. Okay, and then afterward, this H2, that is a what? Hydrogen gas, that is a lighter, leave in atmosphere. You know why leave in atmosphere? Because you know that the hydrogen is what? Lightest gas. And then after the oxygen combined with the what? Methane and ammonia, then what forms? So water forms again. And again this UV act over there, and again it break into H2 and O2. And once this H2 and O2 break, hydrogen again release in atmosphere, leave in atmosphere, and remaining of oxygen combined with again methane and what? Ammonia. And this process goes on continuously. And during this process, the ozone formation also occurred, my dear. So see, when the temperature was decreases, this H2O falls in the form of rain, because you know that the water is also released, and this water released released and formed in the form of what? Water, my dear. And that very water, where it comes where? In a deep oceans. What I'm saying? What I'm saying here? In a deep ocean. See, this one is the water. And this water is where it forms in the deep ocean, my dear. Right? Right? This thing is clear. And this ocean atmosphere, hydrosphere, my dear, the life evolved. And this ocean hydrosphere, where what I'm saying? Life evolved. And the first cell evolved where? In a water. So if anybody can ask you that the first cell evolved where, then you say what? That the sphere is known as what? Hydrosphere. That is what? Water. So initial condition. Let's see what the thing is important to understand. This is all. Let's see first. Here I'm going to write for a moment. For a moment, what I'm going to write here. Let's see. I'm going to write here that what? Let's see. The first, that is initial condition. What I'm saying to you? Initial condition. See, initial condition. What? Oxygen absent. What I'm saying to you? Oxygen absent, my dear. Getting? So when this oxygen absent, environment reducing. You know that. Why this oxygen absent? Due to environment reducing. Environment what? Reducing, number one. Number second thing, that is what? Temperature high. Second thing, that is what? Temperature high. Getting? And third one is what, my dear? that is volcanic storms. What I'm saying to you, volcanic storms will form. Is that clear? So this one is the initial condition of atmosphere. The first thing, that is oxygen absent. Yes. Second thing, temperature high. Third one, that is volcanic storms will form, my dear. Right? So these all are the very basic thing that is very important to understand, my dear. Correct? So see, origin of universe is clear. Origin of atmosphere on Earth is clear. Now the time to understand here the origin of life. What I'm saying to you here, I'm going to write what? Origin of life. See, origin of life I'm going to say here. If anybody can ask you that how the origin of life, then what you say? The first thing, before we know this one thing, the first thing that is important, that is first, that is how first cell evolved. This one is the question. How first cell evolved, my dear. This one is the question. How first cell evolved? You know how the first cell evolved, and we know that to explain how cell evolve, we have a different theories, my dear. We have what? Different theories, and these theories are supported, or you say rejected, by experiment performed later, my dear. See what I'm saying? I'm saying here that origin of life. But before we have to understand the origin of life, the first thing that is important to know here, that how first cell evolved. Okay, and then after we here to understand that, to explain how cell evolve, we have different theories. So what the theories is be the theories either to be supported or either by rejected by the scientist by doing experiment. Yes or no? So see, if anybody can ask you the theories, or what the theories here, let's see. I'm going to write what? Theories. So see, if I'm going to write down here the theories, it means what? The first one, that is the theory of eternity. What I'm going to write here? Theory of, what I'm saying to you? Eternity. See, theory of eternity. Second theory, that is what, my dear? Theory of a special creation. Second thing, that is what? Theory of what I'm saying to you. Wait for a moment. A special creation, I'm saying. A special creation. Is that clear? The first theory, that is theory of eternity. Second thing, what? Theory of a special creation. Now, the question is here, sir, what do you mean by theory of eternity? See, if I'm saying to you about this theory of eternity, it means that life can't be created, it's present since beginning. So what the thing is, life can't be created. Yes, life can't be created, it's present since beginning. It means this theory is supported or rejected from your side. Tell me first. Definitely you say, sir, this theory is totally rejected. The status is what? See, what I'm saying here, the first one. Let it next slide. Here I'm going to write the theory of what? What I'm saying? Theory of eternity. See what I'm saying? Theory of what? Eternity. See, this theory of eternity tells us, till what? Just I say that the life can't be created. See what I'm saying? Can't be created. It's it's sorry, it is present. Wait for a moment. What I'm saying to you, wait for a moment. Yes, it present since beginning. I'm saying what I'm saying, it present since beginning. So is this theory accepted or rejected? Tell me first. It's present since beginning, I am saying. What I'm saying? Beginning, I'm saying. So status is what here? Status is what here, my dear? The status is what? Rejected. The status is what here, my dear? Rejected. The theory is totally rejected. As this thing is clear? As this thing is clear? So theory of eternity give us what the information, life can't be created. It's present since beginning. But theory is what totally rejected. This one is not occurred. Life is be there, but it's something that is totally different. Now the second theory, you know what? The second theory, that theory of a special creation. What I'm saying to you? Theory of, I'm saying what? A spatial creation, I'm saying. Theory of a spatial creation. You know this one, theory of a special creation? No. Let's see. This theory of a special creation, supported by, see what I'm writing? Sir, supported by religious and mythological text. Religious and what I'm saying? My dear, mythological text. Mythological text, my dear. See, supported by religious and mythological text. And this one theory is known as what? A special creation, my dear. So, in this one theory, what we understand? We understand here that all life forms, all life forms created as such. See what I'm saying? Created as such. As such. Number one. Number two, that what? Diversity. See what I'm saying here? The diversity in life forms, diversity in life forms not change. What I'm saying? Diversity in life forms not change, my dear. And third one is what? That the earth, is what? 4,000 years old. See, according to your opinion, tell me, is this one theory accepted? No, my dear, this theory is also not accepted because uh, whatever the 3 points here I'm written, that all the 3 points is not support the evolution, my dear, not support the evolution. So that's why I'm saying here that this theory of a special creation that is supported by the religious and mythological text was totally rejected, my dear. Yes, totally rejected. See, what the thing is here telling us, all life forms created as such. Is it possible? All the life created as such? No, no. Yes. Diversity in the life forms not change. Yes, diversity of life can change, my dear. Without diversity in life can change how the evolution will take place. Yes or no? So diversity is be there, na? Varieties of life is be there, na? So without varieties of life, how we imagine that the life, the evolution will occur? Yes or no? That's one of the thing. And Earth is telling about 4,000 years old. This one is the correct? No. Our Earth is originated from, that is what, 3.5 approx 4 billion years ago. Yes or no? So this one is the thing that the all whatever the theory given here, the theory of a special creation was not fully supported. Is finally it rejected, my dear. Now, who reject this one theory? This one is the question. So Darwin is rejected this one theory, my dear. Which one? Name the scientist who rejected the theory of a special creation, Darwin. Yes, Charles Darwin rejected this theory. On what evidence? Is there any evidence for rejecting this theory? Yes, there is evidence, my dear. Evidence come from the voyage when he what goes to Galapagos Island. You know that Darwin was so fantastic scientist, and when he moved to voyage to Galapagos Island, then he saw there what life forms share similarity with life forms which is present now or exist earlier, my dear. Getting existed earlier. So this one, the life forms share similarity with the life forms which present now or existed earlier. This one is the point. And second thing, this means life forms show changes, and when the life form show changes, and you know that the 4,000 years, what I'm saying, 4,000 years are very small for such changes. You know that whatever the evolution will take place, and this all evolution will take place within the 4,000 years. No, it takes longer period of time. Getting my point. So on this very opinion, Darwin totally rejected the theory of a special creation. Is that clear? Yes. So then other theory also here. What the theory is, my dear? Theory of a spontaneous generation. That is also known as theory of abiogenesis. Then after, in this very theory of a spontaneous generation, or theory of, you say, the abiogenesis, here we study about the scientist. The name of the scientist is Reddy, that is Spellanzanelli, and third one is Louis Pasteur also. But these all very three scientists give over the concept over the theory of a spontaneous generation. And then after, this theory is supported, yes, this theory is supported by biogenesis, but this theory is further also to be not accepted, rejected. Then after, the theory of panspermia, cosmozoic theory, yes or no? And then after, the theory of chemical evolution, that is given by the scientist, you know, that is a Halden and Operon, my dear. Halden and Operon. And this Halden belongs from where? Halden belongs from England, and Operon belongs from Russia, my dear. So further theory we have to be start in a detailed video, my dear, because this one is the only the mind map, so I'm not going through details each and everything, but whatever the thing is possible here, just I give you here. But when we go in detailed video, then we understand that how the further theory is there. Okay, is that clear? So thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care to all, my dear. Thank you.